That binomial distribution is defined by the number of trial and probability of success. So in any problem related to binomial, you need to search for N and P. So read the question. Past survey show that 40% of officers in an industry own cars. Suppose 6 officers selected at random, find the probability that exactly one owned car. So in this question, your P will be 40%, which is the probability that an officer own a car, and your N is 6. There are 6 officers selected at random, so your X count the number of officers who own a car out of 6 selected officers at random. So we might get X as 0. So we might get in this random sample that you don't get any officer who own a car, or you will get only one officer who own a car, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So there are 7 possible outcomes for this experiment, and you are asked to find the probability that exactly one own a car. So to find that probability, you need to use the formula for binomial distribution. Compute the probability that X equal to 4. To compute this probability, you just need to put the value of N and X and P in that formula. So N is 6, C, X is 4, P is 0.40, power X, which is 4, Q is 0.60, power N minus X, which is 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2. Now what is C? C is a combination. You can find that value using your calculator. If you just write 6, then you press on NCR, and then you press on 4, you will get the value, which is equal to 15 in this case. And then 0.40, power 4, and then 0.60, power 2. So the final answer will be 0.13824. Okay. In part 2, you are asked to find the probability that at least one of the officers own a car. So at least one, if we write it mathematically, it is X greater than or equal to 1. So in that case, you need to compute the probability of X equal to 1, equal to 2, up to X equal to 6. You can solve this by using the complement rule. If you are including all the x's from 1 to 6, what is not included, which is 0. So you can rewrite this that it is equal to 1 minus 0 is not included. Why we use 1 minus? Because the probability, the sum of the probability of all outcomes is equal to 1. So if we include the probability of all outcome, it means it is equal to 1. Then you are excluding the probability of 0. So when you exclude the probability of 0, it means you are computing the probability of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in that case, the final answer is 0.9533. How do you get this number? Just put in the formula, instead of x here, now you put as 0, and then p power 0, q power n minus 0. Your n is 6. And then just whatever you get it here, you just subtract with 1, then you will get this answer. Okay. Now for the last question, probability of x greater than 4, which is equal to probability of x equal to 5, probability of x equal to 6. To find that, you just need to find the probability when x equal to Why 4 is not included? We said more than 4, so 4 is not included in this case. So just substitute by x5 here, and then by x equal to 6 in the same formula. When you add it, you will get it is equal to 0.04096. So I